Hi everyone. We are here. Welcome. Hello. And get situated. Feel free to grab a mat, or if you'd like to do it kind of in a chair, feel free to. This is your practice. So, yeah. You can grab a blanket. I always practice with a blanket close by. This is one of my favorite props. So the class that I will be teaching is mindful moves. So it's a yoga class that's also going to be available on Hip Shake Fitness, the dance studio. So feel free to grab. I believe they're doing like a 15-day free trial right now. So sign up, try it out, see if it works for you, because COVID ain't going anywhere, so we're gonna be in our house a little while longer. I'm heavy into the home workouts, so right now I'm currently in my bedroom. So I do love a good home workout. You know, how do you show yourself self-love? How do you do that? You know, you can feel free to answer or reflect mentally, but how do you show yourself love? I do affirmations. I do a couple routines every morning and evening, but you know, our self-love looks different. Your self-love is going to be different to, you know, from everyone's. You can place your hands in your lap, closing your eyes or focusing your gaze downward. And as you inhale, you're allowing the belly to expand forward. And as you exhale, you're drawing that belly button in towards your spine. And we're going to take a couple breaths here together as a community, as a class. On my count, inhale. Exhale out of the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Allow yourself to breathe in your own breath pace. Still allowing the belly to rise on each inhale and the belly to fall on each exhale. Releasing any tension in the face. The space between the eyebrows. All the way down to the jaw. Releasing the shoulders from the ears. Releasing any tension in the mid-back. Releasing the hips and the low back. Bringing awareness to the knees. releasing the ankles, the feet, the toes. And allowing yourself to be here now. And as we sit in this energy that we've cultivated, I encourage you now to set an intention for your practice. Maybe it's loving on yourself a little bit more. Giving yourself that complete, unconditional love that we all look for. Maybe your intention is just to breathe. Giving yourself this 30 minutes of your complete attention. Whatever your intention is this evening, I encourage you to breathe life into these words, this mantra. And at any point of your practice, you get lost in a thought, in a memory, I encourage you to come back to this intention. Come back to the breath. 2 more breaths here. And when you're ready, slowly welcome movement back into the body, wiggling those fingers, wiggling the toes, and in your own time, flutter opening those eyes, coming back into the space. Thank you so much for holding space, for being here today. This is the best part of what I do, is teaching, is bringing yoga and meditation to everyone. So thank you for being the best part of what I do. So if you're in a cross-legged position, feel free to switch out your feet position just so we are not creating any imbalances in the body. And we are just going to start with a spinal twist. So again, coming to any type of comfortable seated position. That looks different. You can have your legs out long, you can have them wide. If you place a blanket underneath your sit bone, it raises up the hips above the knees, so it takes a little bit of pressure off the knees if you have any type of knee sensitivity or anything like that. So we're coming into our spinal twist. We're inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, twisting to the right, left hand to the front, right hand to the back. We're squeezing those shoulder blades together, opening up through the heart space. And maybe on the exhale, we're going to twist a little bit deeper. 2 breaths here. Beautiful. You're going to release through center, inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, twisting to the left hand to the back, right hand to the front, squeezing those shoulder blades together, opening up through the heart space. Maybe on the exhale, twisting a little bit deeper. Two breaths here. Beautiful. Releasing through center. We're going to take our hands, place them on the back of our head. Maybe your thumbs are kind of on each side of your neck. Kind of giving yourself a little neck massage here. Cradling your head with your hands. Still breathing. You can interlace your fingers, or you don't have to, whatever feels good to your body today. And when you're ready, you're going to make little circles with your elbows. Either way, either rotation, because we're going to do the opposite way as well. So we do, whatever we do to one side of the body, we do to the other side of the body. Hello, thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome, welcome. Still breathing. And when you're ready, reversing that circle with the elbows. Again, go as deep or as fast or as slow as your body allows and what feels good to your body today. A few more breaths. Coming back to our intention. Beautiful, releasing those hands down. You're going to take your left hand, place it on your right ear. Gently, gentle as you can, allowing the weight of that left arm to pull gently on the head. And maybe extending that left hand out like you're pressing away the door. And that really gets into the side of the neck all the way down to that right pinky. A few breaths here. Beautiful, releasing down, switching out. So right hand, left ear. Gently adding the weight of the arm. And if you'd like a little bit more, feel free to press away with that left hand. Really getting into the side of the neck, all the way down to that pinky of the left hand. 2 more breaths here. Beautiful, releasing down. We're coming into our tabletop position, hands and knees. So feel free, if you have any knee sensitivity, feel free to grab a blanket or a towel and pad those knees. So our cat-cow position is knees right underneath hips, shoulders right underneath our wrists. You're spreading those fingers wide, toes flat on the ground. We're tightening in those core muscles, those ribs. Beautiful. Just take a second here to notice. Do you feel secure? Do you feel safe in this tabletop position? And when you're ready, you're going to inhale, drop the belly, lifting the collarbone up. For cow, exhaling, rounding the back, tucking the chin. For cat, inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the collarbone up. Exhale, rounding the back, tucking the chin. 2 more. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Coming back to our tabletop, neutral spine. And right here, I like to introduce any movement here that feels good to the body. So maybe shifting the hips from left to right. Maybe pressing forward and back here. Or maybe kind of coming into complete rotations on hands and knees. And the weirder it looks, maybe it feels good, allowing yourself to really explore this tabletop position. So forward and back. But whatever we do to one side, remember to do it to the opposite side. So if we kind of do 2 rotations to the left here, we must also do 2 rotations to the right. And remember to breathe. This is your practice. Allowing yourself to get out of it what you need. A few more breaths here, maybe pressing forward and back. Getting into those wrist muscles, those ligaments, those tendons. Beautiful. When you're ready, coming back to stillness. Big toes to touch, knees as wide as the mat. We're pressing the hips back, coming into our wide-legged child's pose. Allowing the hands to reach up towards the top of your mat. Heart goes towards the ground. You can place your forehead on the mat. Taking 2 breaths here. . 1 Beautiful. When you're ready, slowly pressing back into those hands, coming back into our tabletop position. We're coming into thread the needle pose. So placing that left hand in the middle of the mat, extending that right hand up to the sky, opening up the heart to the right. Big inhale here. Exhale, you're going to thread that right hand right underneath the left, allowing that shoulder to come to the mat. Or you can grab your blanket, lifting up the ground to you. So you can place that blanket right underneath where the shoulder is going to come down, and gently placing that right shoulder on the ground, allowing that left hand to maybe travel up towards the top of the mat. Taking 3 breaths here. Allowing your hips to sink back. Beautiful. When you're ready, walking that left hand back underneath that left shoulder, pressing into that left hand, replacing the right back onto the mat, coming into the middle. Left hand up to the sky, stretching, opening up through the heart. Big inhale. Exhale, threading that left hand underneath the right. Gently placing that shoulder on the mat, maybe walking that right hand up towards the top of the mat. Pressing those hips up and back. 3 breaths here. Releasing any tension in the body by 10%. Maybe tension in the face, in the fingers, in the toes. Beautiful. Walking that right hand back underneath that shoulder, pressing into the right hand, coming back into our tabletop. Beautiful. Tucking those toes under, lifting the hips up. Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're just joining us, we're coming into our first down dog. So pressing the ground away through our hands, pressing the mat away through our feet, maybe walking that dog, maybe bending the left leg, straightening the right, and vice versa. Maybe welcoming any movement here that feels good. Maybe curling the toes under, checking in with our hands as our fingers spread wide, pressing the mat away. Maybe our ears is aligned with our biceps. Few more breaths here. Beautiful. When you're ready, slowly releasing those knees back down to our mat. Big toes to touch, knees as wide as the mat. Pressing back down for another wide-legged child's pose. Hands reaching towards the front of the mat, forehead to the mat. 2 breaths here. Beautiful. When you're ready, pressing back into the mat. We're going to side saddle on our left thigh, coming into a wide-legged straddle pose. So again, you can grab your blanket if you have it handy. If not, you can have like a booster or a bolster, if you'd like to raise those hips right above the legs. So coming into our wide-legged straddle pose. Our legs are out to a 45-degree. Toes are pointing up towards the sky. I have a little blanket underneath my hips, just lifting up the hips. And if you have an abundance of body, like I do, feel free to grab the flesh of the thigh meat or your glutes and move it out of the way. So grabbing your thigh, grabbing all of this flesh and moving it out of the way. It'll give yourself a nice flat, grounded feeling on your mat. So we're coming into our wide-legged straddle, inhaling, arms up. Exhale, twisting to the right, to the left, or your right. And exhale, forward folding over that leg. So we're leading with the heart. We're not just curling over first. First we're leading with the heart and then curling down. So that really allows such a nice, a longer, more in-depth stretch in the upper back. Because we can bend over and you'll still get a stretch. You'll still get a stretch here. But first, allowing yourself to lead with the heart really opens up the side body, really opens up the upper back, the mid back, and then allowing yourself to curl over, and then really gets into the hamstrings and the calf muscle. 2 more breaths. Beautiful. When you're ready, walking those hands back up. We're going to inhale, twisting to the right. And if you have an abundance of body, feel free to grab the belly as well. Grabbing the belly, setting it on top of the thigh will, again, allow yourself to get really deep into that forward fold. Because, again, we're working with all types of bodies here. So grabbing that part of the belly, setting it on top of the thigh, leading with your heart down, and then allowing your upper back to round. Really, it's just a complete different forward fold. So it's the little things. It's the little things of yoga that, really allow yourself to tune in, be mindful, and react and respond to whatever's happening in your body right now. 2 more breaths. We're almost there. Thank you so much again for joining me. Thank you for being here. I know that there's a ton of things that you could be doing here on your Sunday evening, so I appreciate you being here, walking those hands back up. Beautiful. You're going to allow that left leg to join the right gently, coming into our staff pose. It's kind of like an L. Again, if you'd like, feel free to grab your blanket, but allow yourself enough room on your mat to lay back safely. But again, abundance of bodies. So grabbing the flesh, moving it out of the way. Grabbing the flesh of the thigh, of the glute meat, moving it out of the way so your sit bone can be really nice and flat on the mat. So we're going to do a little bit of core here. We're going to inhale, squeezing those shoulder blades together, allowing those arms to come out right in front of you. We're going to use those core muscles. So this allows, the core muscles allow us to, have that really nice posture when we're old, and we're not going to, kind of curl over. So core muscles help with our posture, with not getting kind of the hunchback. So again, tightening up that core, inhaling, squeezing those shoulder blades together, arms out in front. Big inhale. Exhale, lower for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, smile, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower all the way down. Beautiful. When you're ready, allowing the soles of the feet to come to the mat. You're going to windshield wiper. Just really opening up those hips. And the cracks and the pops, I like to say that's your body cheering you on. I know it's kind of silly, but your body moving and releasing the gas. It's just like, hey, thanks for moving me today. Thank you for showing me self-love and self-care. A few more breaths here. Beautiful. When you're ready, coming back to stillness, you're going to allow those knees to come up towards the heart. Hands can be placed in back of the knees, and you can rock from side to side, giving yourself a little massage on the low back. Beautiful. When you're ready, coming back to stillness, you're going to take that right hand, place it on the outside of the right leg, and gently fold over towards the left, coming into a spinal twist. You can cactus the arms, kind of like a goalpost, making sure that both shoulder blades are as close to the mat as comfortable. Maybe you can even allow those eyes to gently look over towards that right shoulder. And again, releasing any tension that you find in the body by 10%. So if you're holding any tension in the toes, maybe in your eyebrows, allow yourself to release it. Beautiful. When you're ready, slowly allow those knees to come up towards the middle and gently guide them across the body towards the right. Scoot on your mat and adjust if needed. Again, you can cactus the arms or place the arms if that's too much here. You can even place your hands on the side of your body. You can even support your low back here. Find what feels good to you. Notice where you're feeling the sensations in the body. Sending breath to any part of the body that needs it, that needs a little bit more love, that needs a little bit more space. Beautiful. When you're ready, slowly release this twist. Knees coming back to center. You're going to allow the soles of the feet to come together, knees butterfly out, placing that left hand on the heart, right hand on the belly. We're going to take 3 breaths here together. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Releasing those hands down, helping those knees together. Extend that left leg long, extending that right leg long. Coming into our final resting pose, Shavasana. We're going to take a few breaths here. Just allowing your body to settle. Allowing yourself to give gratitude for showing up today. And when you're ready, slowly welcome movement back into the body, wiggling out those fingers, wiggling out the toes. In your own time, pressing yourself over to each side or one side. Coming back into a comfortable seated position. Maybe keeping those eyes closed. Maybe hands coming into prayer. Maybe hands coming on to the heart. And whatever feels good to you today. I encourage you to just take a second here. Show yourself some gratitude. Some love. Some kindness for showing up for yourself. Every time you sit in meditation, you work out, you practice on your mat, that's a radical act of self-love. So give yourself that recognition, that support. Because we need to show ourselves love every single time. When we get into our heads, we look to the future, we worry about the past. We need to show ourselves kindness and love. The light, divinity, and love in me honors and sees the light, divinity, and love in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Thank you for letting me be a part of your mindfulness and your yoga journey. It's the way, it's the practice that I found my self-love through. So I love sharing it. I love sharing something that I found unconditional love. Like, other people find it through other things. But to me, I found it through my practice. So allowing me to share something that I hold so dear to my heart is I'm just lucky. I'm blessed. I'm fortunate to be in this position to share.